Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 35. Hi, hello, hi. We hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us on another episode. We've got a lot of things to run through this week. We've got two whole presentations to run through. We got the Indie Direct from Nintendo and the Resident Evil Showcase. A whole bunch of stuff came out of that. We've got our continuation of our April console month discussions, and this week is going to be Xbox. Don't have high expectations because only like two of us in here even have opinions on Xbox consoles at all.
High expectations?
uh,
There's a little knee slapper for you 1 minute in.
Yeah, a little blow my brains out joke.
Heck yeah.
We're introducing a new section in the tidbits called Cameron's Amiibo Updates, which is just an excuse to berate Cameron's purchasing habits on Amiibo.
Yeah, I thought it was called The Gang Bullies One of Their Own.
I just got me those joke.
Cooper is the Internet Explorer of this group.
At least you remembered to talk in time to say
it. And we're going to finish up with a bunch of stuff about Sony and PlayStation, a bunch of changes they made, some issues coming up with physical games, and a discussion on physical games. So be sure to stick around all the way to the end for that. So, hello. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a good week. I hope you have gotten a vaccine, and I hope you're trying to still get one if you haven't. Rumor is they're pretty rough. I don't know why I'm trying to do small talk in the beginning of the show. This is not a small talk show. We're going to get right into the news instead of you just listening to me ramble about vaccines. I don't know why we left this in here, but Mother 3 announced for America for 15th anniversary. Alex wanted to put this in here so that if it did happen for some reason, we could be the first to claim it. Although it's most certainly not going to happen. Yeah, even Reggie tweeted about it. You know it's not happening, bro.
I also feel like, I mean, if we are right on the low chance, then that'd be cool. But I feel like we're not the only ones predicting this because there's people who are way more into the Mother franchise than us. And they probably saw this like eagle eye from a month ago, like, oh, it's an anniversary happening. It'd be cool, even though it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, look, could we at least get something for it? Maybe.
No.
Like we got some art of all 20 years of Animal Crossing, and half those characters don't exist anymore. They haven't since the GameCube.
You get a Mr. Saturn amiibo and you like it.
Deal.
Enough.
Oh yeah, I like that.
See, that's the thing. You would.
Is that because it's Mr. Saturn though, or is it just because it's an amiibo?
I was thinking it was just because
yes.
Yeah.
His plastic toy on pedestal.
It breaks all shields though.
Terrible.
Tap Mr. Saturn during and round a smash to break everyone's shield.
So on to our presentations to run through. First is the Indie Direct. A lot of interesting games shown off. I watched maybe like 3/4 of it. I didn't really find it all that interesting. A lot of the indies they show off don't turn out to be my cup of tea. But
I liked.
I was honestly surprised when I looked, because I didn't watch it, but when I saw the rundown of what was in it, I was surprised that Sports Story wasn't on there, because wouldn't it count?
That is
probably delayed.
Still delayed last time I checked.
Just like Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition.
Wow.
Yeah, that's still to be determined. They did a delay announcement in August of last year. And they didn't really give a view on when exactly it would. Mid 20 or I was about to say mid 2020, but that's already happened. That was the original.
It should be
plan.
out.
We want to take some more time to work on Sports Story and ensure everything makes it into the game.
Okay,
that's fair.
I thought Route 96 looked interesting.
Yeah.
There were a couple that caught my eye, but I don't know. Like these indie directs just usually don't ever do it for me. But I'm glad they're there nonetheless. It's a cool way to get a lot of smaller developers out there. Route 96 coming out later this year. Aerial Knights Never Yield. May 19th. That's a long name. The Longing available now. There Is No Game Wrong Dimension 2, also available now. That's these names, man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge coming later this year.
Well, that one has an
Okay.
excuse.
But
Yeah,
yeah, it's an established property.
Although they could have just done like the animated movie, like TMNT, but whatever.
Chris Tales, July 20th.
My nickname in high school.
Getsu Fumden. Is that like
Also, my nickname in high school.
is that a like? Is that supposed to be like Japanesey, but it's not? Like it's supposed to get some fun then? Getsu Fumden. Or is that? Am I just being racist? Am I assuming? I could totally be
think it
doing
was
that.
some Japanese.
Did I just? I think I just caught myself in 4K.
I obviously put fake ones just to hear you read out random letters.
Grant is
Hey,
accidentally
there was a
reductive the
subtitle there.
episode.
Look,
No,
there is a subtitle.
that's a real title, but don't ask me what it is.
Getsu
'cause I'm nerded
Fumden, Undying Moon, coming next year. Aztec Forgotten Gods, fall of this year. Skull, it's Skull but with one L. The Hero Slayer, coming in summer of this year. Art of Rally, coming summer of this year. Kiwi.
Is it a racing game?
I don't know. I mean, like,
Or is it a game about North Carolina?
Kiwi, spelled key like house key, and then we as in you and I. August as in the month. Kiwi coming in August of this year. Labyrinth City, Pierre the Maze Detective coming in spring, so
God,
within the
these
next
names.
month. Weaving Tides coming in May. These just sound like edgy band names, a lot of these.
Well, I think that indie games, and that this may be a phase, but what if they're doing the same thing that pop punk bands did when they were just trying to make the longest song name possible, and it doesn't relate to the game at all?
I just want to see something that's on the same level as the band name Diarrhea Planet. That's
Well, like,
probably
you
like
could
that's
have-
peak band name.
Like, there's a Fall Out Boy song that's like, our lawyer made us change the name of the song so we wouldn't get sued. Completely has nothing to do with it. And then you've got the one that Grant might have accidentally erased them on, and it might not have anything to do with the game.
Dude, I don't know. Weaving Tides coming May this year. House of the Dead remake coming later this year. I know House of the Dead. That sounds pretty cool.
That's an arcade box, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay.
as being remade. That sounds fun. Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights, June
I thought you were
21st.
going to say Quietus of the Nights.
Quietus of Tinnitus. Coming June 21st. This is rough. This is a rough section of the show. This is really rough.
So many of these are YouTube poopable.
Beasts of the Marvilla Island, June of this year. Fez, available now.
Well, that one's owner just sucks. So
And Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals, coming later this year. There's also an Indie World sale going on that is open already, starting from last week up to next Sunday. So you've got 4 days after this podcast releases to get on that indie game sale on the Nintendo eShop. Pick yourself up something nice. It's been a hard time. You deserve something. Like Quietus of Tinnitus.
right.
Or Beasts of the Marvilla Ililla. Okay. Now we can move on to something that I can actually talk about. The Resident Evil Showcase. This I did
That
pay
was good.
attention to. This was really good. Yeah, you should definitely watch it if you haven't, and see the stuff they showed off. I kind of wish they had done more of like, I was hoping for some kind of like classic collection or something to come out as part of the anniversary. So I guess that's why I'm disappointed, is because I shouldn't have expected that. But
Well, so I don't know about the other consoles, but even the Switch already has 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Does it have 3?
I do not know. That is a
I
good
know it's
question.
got 1 and 2 because those have amiibo functionality, and then it has 4 because everything has 4.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what I was expecting, but
More.
we
You
got
were
a
expecting more.
yeah. We got a new trailer. I put as the note Hunger Games because it seemed like the way they framed the trailer was like just a bunch of people fighting to the death.
Hmm.
So I was like this, and like the announcer over the trailer, it gave me Hunger Games vibes. The lady in the RE showcase pronounced Lady Dimitrescu's name as Lady Dimitrescu, so I guess that's how you say it.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's not how I've been hearing people online pronounce it. I've heard them pronounce it mommy.
Yeah, mommy, big booba,
Yeah.
tall
Please step
lady,
on me.
yeah, tall lady, step on me.
Step on me.
Uh,
That hit song by Aha.
Yeah.
There's
um,
gonna be a
I've never heard
speed
it,
run
but-
to who can die by her first.
bro, this has been like
Simping.
this has been the ultimate simp fest, bro. When Markiplier makes a 15-minute long video talking about how hot Lady Dimitrescu is, you know you've infected everybody. So yeah, I mean they didn't like make a point of that. She just said Lady Dimitrescu, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that's how you actually pronounce it. But now we know how to pronounce it, so that's cool. The big announcement is that more demos are coming as they promised. So this is complicated a little bit, so bear with me here. There are 3 demos, one of which has already happened. I'm sorry we couldn't tell you because we didn't know. But I've played through it and I will talk about it in a moment. So the other 2, the first one is only available on PlayStation platforms. So sorry everybody else. It is available this weekend on Saturday from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. Pacific time in North America. If you need the other times, you can go to the website because I'm not trying to fill this up with a million time listings. And it is 30 minutes long of the castle. The one that already happened was of the village. And it was the same thing. You get 30 total minutes from the beginning of the game. It's not like a specific demo. It's like they just throw you in the game and you have 30 minutes to play it. And you only get one shot.
Which they've done several times before.
Yeah, it was disappointing because I really wanted to play more. It was very, very good. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. And then the final demo, which is available on all platforms, including Stadia, thank God, is an hour-long demo. Available on all platforms, like I said, on May 1st, which is next Saturday, so not this coming
The
Saturday.
day after I'm done with my finals, I can play it.
And it is available for 24 hours, so from 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time, May 1st to May 2nd, in North America. It's the same time length for other regions, it's just depending on your time. Like, I don't know what CEST is. I don't know what standard time that is. It's in Europe.
Is that in Europe?
Yeah, that's what they listed as. The Europe is in CEST. I've never heard of that.
Sounds like
Central. CEST.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first demo that happened was of the village section. The next one to come out will be the castle. I don't know what the full one's going to be, but we'll see. You'll be able to preload the demos. So the new demo should be available now. I don't know if it's a different file or not because I downloaded the first one and I haven't seen a new one come on the page, but I also haven't really looked. But it might be the same. Oh no, it's the same file because if you open it after you play it, it pulls up a clock with a countdown to the availability of the next demo. So go ahead and get on that, pre-download it so you can be ready to play it when it becomes available. I highly recommend it. The Mercenaries is coming with Resident Evil 8, and is like an extra game mode that seems pretty good. Apparently it was available in other games and I haven't heard about it, but it's seemed super interesting. You can access Duke's Emporium between levels, and there's new abilities and customization options over the previous versions. Duke's Emporium is that really fat guy that you've seen in the trailers before that's like creepy in a like old carriage.
Yeah, the seller like RE4 had.
Yeah, and apparently it's like you're given a challenge where you have to like get to a certain place or kill a certain amount of enemies or something like that. ReVerse, which we talked about before, is the Battle Royale Resident Evil game. That still doesn't make a lot of sense to me personally.
I had fun playing it though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to give it a shot. It is free to all buyers of Resident Evil Village. So there's no reason not to try it, I guess. We got a trailer for Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, the Netflix show, which is coming in July. It looked pretty good.
That was the animated one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. That looks really good. If I had Netflix, I'd be excited. I'm still kind of excited, but Netflix costs too much.
Filming for the live-action Resident Evil movie has apparently wrapped up, so it won't be long now.
Yeah. Soon, TM.
We're getting a new crossover with Resident Evil. A Dead by Daylight cross Resident Evil is coming in June of this year, so that'll be interesting to see. I haven't touched Dead by Daylight in a hot minute, so that might be a good reason to go back in and play a little more of it.
I've always meant to buy it.
It's very good, but it's also very terrifying. You got to kind of brace yourself because there's some very tense, scary moments in that game. Just given the nature of it.
Yeah.
There is a 5th anniversary broadcast for Dead by Daylight happening on May 25th. That's when they're going to announce all the details of this crossover. So I can't tell you any of them now, but be sure to keep up with that. May 25th for the anniversary broadcast of Dead by Daylight. Resident Evil 4, just like Cameron said, is on everything and is now coming to Quest 2. Facebook is developing that. So if you got a Quest 2, be excited for VR version of Resident Evil 4. There's a showcase of it on April 21st, which is the day this podcast releases. So probably by the time you're listening to this, it's available somewhere on the internet to check out. Just as a general reminder, the game is launching on May 7th. So we're getting close. I hate that Pokemon Snap is coming out a week before, but I'm probably going with Resident Evil.
That's fair.
And okay, so the Village demo. I streamed it, and I recorded it.
Because I didn't see the notification.
I recorded it. I'm thinking maybe we should put it on your channel, Cameron.
That'd be cool.
Auxiliary footage for this podcast. So stay tuned for that. We might do that, and you can watch it. But yeah, so I played through it. It was very good. The graphics were fantastic, very smooth, very graphic-y, very graphics. Much great graphics.
Very graphic-y.
The
Thank you for that description.
story was immediately encapsulating, very terrifying. And my favorite part for sure was their use of the adaptive triggers on the PS5. They're really putting effort into that. And my best example of that is like, so you have a knife, right? And you can swing the knife. And if you swing it just like in the air, there's no, like, it just feels like the normal trigger, like a PS4 trigger. But when you strike something, you feel it based on how early the knife hits it. Like if you only clip a little bit of it, you feel a little bit of resistance at the end of the trigger swing, but if you hit it like instantly, you get like a big resistance on the trigger, which is really cool. And I'm glad to see like some new third-party game that's not a shooter take advantage of this. Also, like the pistol doesn't have any resistance pulling it up because it's light, but the shotgun does because it's a bigger gun. Just like minute details like that was very cool to see, and I'm excited to see what else they have for stuff like that. But yeah, very good. I'm very upset that I only had 30 minutes to play it. I got cut off in the middle of a cutscene that was very intense, and I wanted to know how it ends. I'm very upset that I don't. So this just makes me want to buy it all the much more. Shout out to it only being $60 on PS5. There's no upcharge. That's Pog. And that is it for the Resident Evil Showcase. So again, the video is up on Resident Evil's YouTube channel, and you can check out all the deets there. If my explanation of it was confusing, because it probably was. But just again, PS5 gets an exclusive demo this weekend, and everyone gets an exclusive, or it's not an exclusive demo at that point. Everyone gets a demo the week after that is an hour long. and you've only got 24 hours to play it. So, okay, on to Collector's Corner. This is the weekly segment where we go around and talk about the games that we've been playing the past week and any pickups we've had, if any, and other collector-related things. So, since Cameron, you go first because I saw you guys go to the store today and get things.
Okay. So, collecting wise, I picked up a copy of where is it? I picked up a copy of Sushi Strikers: The Way of the Shushido for $5 today. They wrote 50 on the back, so I need to switch it out for a case that doesn't have $50 written on it. But
What is it in Sharpie?
Yep.
Just take some alcohol to it; it'll come off. Pro gamer move.
That's also true. I'll do that without it being in there. I prefer not to ruin the art.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I take the art out and stuff. But...
Obviously. Picked that up for $5. Picked up Perfect Dark for 12 for N64.
Sick.
That's more collector's reason than playing it. But I might play it for the channel. And I also picked up Super Monkey Ball 2.
Bro, Mayo, listen to this. Cameron has not played Super Monkey Ball.
The only Super Monkey
Super
Ball
Monkey
I
Ball.
played, the only one I played prior, was at Disney. They used to have
believe
it
this,
at,
bro. Super Monkey Ball is a banger.
Yeah, but I didn't have it, so I can't play it. Or I couldn't play it. But I played it at the Contemporary before. I think we were doing Chef Mickey's, and I was able to play it in the arcade before they got rid of that for nursery or whatever.
It's so good. It's
F-Zero.
Anyone listening to this who's a
F-Zero
GameCube fan knows what I'm saying, bro. Super Monkey Ball is S tier GameCube game.
I might play. I'll probably end up playing it for the channel. Let's see. So in terms of what I've been playing, I played Mario Kart DS. I played Super Mario 3D World. I finished the main quote-unquote worlds right after the last podcast. So now I'm cleaning those up and going, and I'm going to start the first special world soon. I got a little time in on the ReZero Switch game, some Animal Crossing, and I don't think I played anything else. Yeah, I guess that's about it. While Alex and Mom were on their trip, Mom got me a World of Nintendo Olimar figure, so that's cool.
Sick.
It's on my desk. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Well, okay then. Oh yeah. Also, well, so listeners, I'm sorry to say that like 60% of the people in this podcast don't really have opinions on Xbox, but I'm gonna ask you anyway because this is Xbox week. What is your favorite Xbox console and why?
Okay. Let's go with Xbox One. The reason being that's the one that I bought after I started working at Target. I got the one game that I'd realistically play on there. Well, two. So I got Rare Replay, obviously, because that was bundled with everything. And then Sunset Overdrive, which realistically is one of my favorite non Nintendo style games.
It's very
It's still
good.
bright and colorful, but it's a very good game. Like that, Insomniac did a really good job with that, and is why I have faith in their Spider-Man games, because that one is so good. If you haven't played that, it is constantly on sale for PC. Definitely go buy it.
Yeah, it's on PC. You don't have to buy an Xbox One.
Mhm.
Important note. Well, okay then. Cooper, you go ahead.
Bet. So, same as Cameron, I was able to pick up, hang on, I'm reading it now. Sushi Striker, The Way the Sushito for $5 also.
No, they had multiple copies there.
Yeah, 2 copies.
Yeah.
Why not? And I was like, heck yeah. And it's actually really fun. I wasn't expecting it. You wouldn't expect it to be, but how to put it? It's fun.
It's very good.
It's a game.
It is also
For
a game,
$5,
yes.
it's a great game.
Actually, though, yes.
I checked eBay before we checked out, and I was like, huh. It's 10, or right after we checked out, it's like, huh, that's a good deal. It's like it goes for 10 to 15 on eBay, but like,
Oh wow.
that's questionable quality.
True.
These are
Yeah, mine was
rejected from like Target
Yeah, mine was
forever ago.
Mine was still like the packaging and everything. Like it hadn't been opened at all. So.
Shout out to me buying that game for $40. Holla.
L.
And then I've been playing Fire Emblem Heroes, Brawlhalla, and the usual.
Do you have an opinion on an Xbox console?
I do. See, my favorite Xbox.
Oh
system,
no, I shouldn't have asked.
My favorite, my favorite Xbox system is the 360
And
Connect.
why? That's why I'm trying to ask, not in a condescending way, but like that's why I said and. Like you're supposed to say why.
Well, the Xbox 360 Connect is very similar to the Wii, and I really like that functionality where like you are in control. That's pretty cool, and I also really like that dancing game.
Also like that what game?
The dancing game. What's it called? Dance Central.
Dance
I think.
Central. I think we
That's
talked
a
about
fun-
it before on the show, but dancing games are the premier thing that Kinect does. There's one thing that Kinect can do really well, it's dancing games.
That's
Ooh.
so true. I have a Connect to play 4 dancing games.
Dude,
Well, I mean,
imagine
better to
if-
play better that than all Sonic Racing, Sonic R Racing, or whatever that
Turn!
is.
Imagine Connect in the like Wii Fit bounce board. That would have been perfect, if only. But yeah, that's why like the Connect is the best because it just is. Like, how many other systems can you say, "Ooh, I can move"? It moves.
The PlayStation Eye.
Nope, doesn't exist.
Closer to a Wii
yeah,
remote.
see, it's the only system that does this is the Wii and the Xbox 360. So it's pretty cool.
The
That's why it's my
PS3 and the PS4
Nope.
and VR
Sony
and the
doesn't
Virtual
exist.
Boy.
Stop.
And the virtual.
The virtual boy.
But no, actually, I really do like the you are in control thing. I don't know how well to put it, but it's cool. It's a cool idea. But yeah, that's what I think.
Not a bad selection. Remember when that the Kinect was teased as like AI? That you
Yeah.
could like
Yeah.
Project Natal.
Terrible.
I mean, it was
Don't-
great at the time. That was the biggest lie I've ever seen. Right behind Mighty Number 9 was going to be great. Okay, Alex, you go.
Okay. This week, between test and going with my mom to Mobile for a doctor's appointment and dying, I played Fire Emblem Fates. I think that's it. I can't remember. Someone. Um, as for my favorite Xbox, it's not the original. I have no time with that. So that's it. Probably the 360, since it's the one I've spent the most time with.
Which is like what, like 2 hours?
I've put a lot of time into the dancing games.
You don't take me
That's
as
it.
I don't take you as a dancing game guy. I'm shocked to hear that.
I've played a decent number of rhythm games.
I concede.
Yeah. I
So
just don't
basically
do
the
it
same
very
thing
often.
as Cooper's reason then?
Kind of, but Cooper says just the Kinect.
Yes, Connect.
Oh,
Best
just the
one.
Kinect.
Just the Connect.
Look at the chat.
Yeah, you throw the 360 in there? Terrible.
Yeah, the thing it requires to run
Yeah,
ruins it.
absolutely garbage.
Trash.
Okay, Mayo, you go ahead.
Okay, so it was another week of low gaming. I'm actually getting pretty much most of the gaming so far this week in right now. So I'm playing golf with your friends right now,
Are you
and that's
golfing
the
with
long and
anybody?
the short of it. No,
Good.
I'm completely disobeying the game title.
Golf with friends.
Yeah, we're
Golf
not
while
as friends,
talking to
apparently.
friends.
Yeah, I'm golfing while interacting with friends. I am not golfing while with friends also golfing. Golf. I am going to be playing some Super Mario Odyssey after this because I rewatched a bunch of the Donkey videos and I really want to try the balloon things.
Bowser, what are
So-
you in here doing this game?
So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try and play some Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 3, because I bought that over the summer when it was on sale, and I haven't really gotten as much out of it as I want to yet, so I'm going to try and do that. And I've been seeing that a bunch of stuff has been coming out for Subnautica, so if I could efficiently finish the base game, maybe I'll buy Below Zero. It looks very cool, and
Ha
you know,
ha. Below Zero.
Yep.
Very cool.
if there's one thing that scares me more than deep water, it's deep water with ice covering the top. So hopefully that'll be fun. In the realm of, not video game gaming, since I guess this is my recurring segment, since this is the only gaming I commit a bunch of time to, I have one model left in my Death Guard army to paint, and it's not even one that's like required for me to play the list that I want to with the stuff that I currently own. So it's more like, I have this by happenstance, and if I need it later, then cool. But I want to clear out all of the Death Guard stuff and have it all painted. So once he's done tomorrow, I will be done with my actual 40k stuff. I have some Mansions of Madness miniatures to paint. Those don't take long. And then I have my Blood Bowl team. In the realm of Blood Bowl, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but one of the things that Games Workshop does with all of their systems is there will be a starter kit for the new edition, and then you can buy the other stuff separately, right? So the start kit will have, a decent force, or in this case, team roster of 2 teams. So, I think, Grant, you might remember when Jacob and I went in halvesies on the 40k one, and that's how I got most of the stuff that I have.
I think so.
It's designed for people to do that, and all the systems have it. So the Blood Bowl one comes with an orc team and a human team, both teams which I have no interest in, and this will matter later. A set of dice, the core rule book, and that's really where the value of these starts to get crazy because their rule books are kind of overpriced for what they are. And then the field that you can play on, and then templates. Now, templates are these plastic things that are kind of shoehorned into the game. I think it's just to drive prices up, but it used to be a required thing for 40k and for Age of Sigmar, or when Age of Sigmar was called Fantasy, and they got rid of them because they were dumb. But Blood Bowl still has them. Now the problem is you can only get these 3 plastic pieces in the starter kit. So if you have no interest in those teams, or you think that like you've learned enough from playing the video game where you don't want to have this sort of introductory product and you want to just dive into the deep end and buy your own team and your own dice, you don't have these, but you need them to play. So considering everyone in the group of people that I'm going to be playing this with also doesn't care for the orc or the human team, no one is going to have these templates. So I ordered some on eBay last week. They came in today. I'm considering painting them, but it's really not necessary. But yeah, so they're sitting here. That's pretty much the only hobby purchase I've made. I bought some more Digimon boxes because the Deep restocked, and Mary and I are like super into that game now. It's such a good card game, you guys. Like, it's really good, and I hope they don't ruin it.
I've never seen cards in the wild.
Well, I wish I could fix that.
Every time I walk past the card section in any store that has a card section, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing, and then I walk right by it. So I can't say I've ever looked for them.
Well, it's hard to tell what's a card section now because it just looks like empty areas.
That's true.
You know?
Well, usually it's
like-
that sketchy half-filled section right by the checkout line.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, but then with Digimon in the big retailer stores, they haven't put like, you know how it'll say the price and then it'll say like Pokemon trading card, like super abbreviated.
Yeah.
They haven't done that with the Digimon products that they're putting out. So they're either putting it on blank ones or it'll just say like trading card $3.99. So you don't even know when the slots are empty if it had Digimon stuff in it. You just have to get lucky and find it when it's there, or else you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So,
the
yeah.
problem with like trying to find new cards right now is they're just all being scalped.
Yeah,
'Cause people-
it's bad.
People went, "Ooh, let's scalp Pokemon." Pokemon cards started selling out, so they went, "Huh? There's these other pieces of cardboard next to where the Pokemon should be. Let's sell those too."
Well, and then you
they
factor in
looked at Magic.
yeah,
Bro,
Magic.
every
This
new
looks like
like
it's for nerds.
every new entertainment product that comes out is becoming the fastest selling product in its group in history because of scalping.
Yep.
Like the PS5 is the
Yeah.
fastest selling console in history because of scalping. Like every single console that has been made available has been sold.
And I'm trying not to have a super long card game tangent, but it messes with consumer statistics, right? So
yeah,
if people have a super unpopular product, and anyone listening to this who knows about stuff that Magic the Gathering has had for the past year will know what I'm referencing, and then people scalp it because they want to capitalize on FOMO and stuff, and the companies already want to do that. They'll be like, this is our most popular product ever. Why would we do anything different? And everyone who didn't buy it, who's not a scalper, is like, no, it sucks. Don't do it again. And then they're like, but our statistics say that you loved it. So then they just end up messing with their
Bye.
brand. Yeah. We sold all the copies
No,
instantly.
you didn't.
What happened? So yeah, as far as Xbox stuff, though, I was thinking about this because I've only ever played the 360 and the Xbox One, and the Xbox One I've always viewed as more of an entertainment thing, probably because the people who owned one that I knew mainly used it for DVDs and for Netflix.
well, I mean that's what they
So-
marketed it as in the beginning. It was like
Well, yeah,
an entertainment center.
And it plays fine. Like it's not bad at all. It's just I don't know. It's mainly an entertainment system in my mind, and I have so many great memories with the 360. Like Reach, MW2, Black Ops 2, Halo 3, not ODST though, because I didn't like that one. Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3, or whatever it was called. It's a really good console, and I think that it really lends its greatness to the lineup of games that came out around then. Like that was the peak of the shooter era. They had the zombies thing going on. Halo was still a thing. I mean, it is still, but Halo and Call of Duty were the big names then,
Hmm.
and you could play it on PlayStation, or not Halo, but it was just really
The
good on
real
the
ones
Xbox.
had a 360 that gen.
Yeah, and even though I had is it called the Slim or whatever? I had that.
No, it was
I got-
just called the S, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I had the 8 gig of that, and it came with a Kinect. After the first week of me having it, I never used the Kinect, so kind of
I
unfortunate.
always had it set up, and like
Never used
once a month I would use it to like navigate the menu, because like, oh yeah, I can
Mhm.
do that.
Watch this.
But then
Xbox.
immediately after I did that, I'd be like, why did I do that?
Yeah, I need the controller to
realize
play.
how
Why did I
much
get rid of the
time-
controller?
You'd also realize how much time it took to scroll through the menu.
That's what I'm
with
saying.
your
Like, I
voice.
could have already been in the game by now, but instead I'm here screaming Xbox at my TV.
Xbox.
Xbox.
So yeah, that's my opinion, and that's your weekly tabletop gaming segment on this podcast about not tabletop gaming.
Okay. So, for me, I've been playing a lot of bangers this week. Not gonna lie. God of War, still super good. Zelda Twilight Princess, great Zelda game. DKC2 slaps. I don't know. I've been in such a down with how hard this past semester of college been that I just only want to play things that are like 10 out of 10. So
That's fair.
I've been doing a lot of that. Also raging and getting my anger out in Apex Legends and Rocket League. Somehow I had enough Rocket coins to buy the premium pass, like the Rocket Pass, so I did that since I'm kind of getting back into it right now.
Mhm.
So that's cool. The new season's pretty sick. Rocket League's getting a Mustang pace car, like NASCAR pace car, in May. I'm excited for that. What else? Sackboy. A little bit of Call of Duty Cold War. And then a couple random things here and there. I got the Mega Man Anniversary Collection for GameCube, which is
That's nice.
cool. Very clean. I got. Oh yeah, my Monster Hunter Rise controller came in since I couldn't really talk about it last week. I mean it's cool. I'm glad that I got it for sure, but it's
Another controller.
literally just the standard Switch Pro controller with like a gold stamp on it, on the front.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't even have anything on the back, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm just spoiled by the other controllers. I guess.
Dude.
I'm sure like in 10 years when like the collection scene starts for the Switch, I'll be like, I'm very glad I have this. But for now, I mean, like, yeah, it's cool, but it's just
Another controller.
a gray controller with a gold stamp on it. Like, there's no special colored handles. There's no like nothing really. But
Yeah,
nonetheless, I do have it.
Unfortunate.
Also, I've been playing more stuff. I've been using the SN30 Pro Plus a lot more from 8-Bit Do, and I wanted to recommend that controller again because it's just so freaking good. There is no better way to play anything retro, besides a GameCube controller for GameCube games. But pretty much everything else, this controller just does 10 out of 10, especially anything 2D. So good. They also just came out with a new revision of it, so if you're looking for something like that, you should definitely get one. Favorite Xbox console. So I was thinking back to last week when I picked the PlayStation 1. Like, I didn't really grow up with the PlayStation 1, but I picked it anyway because it had a lot of character. And I am really torn because the kind of singing the same tune here. Xbox 360 is the one that I have the most experience with. I grew up with it, and I experienced Black Ops Zombies on it, and Blazing Angels dogfights, and Skyrim for the first time. But the original Xbox just has so much character, just like the original PlayStation does. There's like the controller is funky. Like it's got black and white buttons. Like hit the white button. Imagine being told that. Like it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's quirky. The UI was really cool. The console itself was huge and basically a big X, which is pretty cool. I don't know. Like it just has. So I want to pick the 360, but I'm not. I'm trying to not be boring here. So I'm gonna go with the original Xbox for the same reason I went with the PS1, and that's that it has a lot of character. And Microsoft really looked like they cared, and it was supported by Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and you know how can you say no to him?
Because it doesn't have the library that the PlayStation 1 does.
Yeah, true, but it's got. I mean, it shares a large portion of its library with the PS2, and it's also got the original Halo 2 on it, and I mean, it's a quality library, like, and
It's not like
I'm
the
not saying
one
it's
where
yeah, like where it's basically just a PS4 without the PS4 exclusives. But yeah, so it's pretty neglected, but it's a quality library and has a lot of good stuff on it. So I'm gonna go with that. And that wraps up our Collector's Corner segment for
Hold
the week.
on.
What?
I meant to bring up, but I forgot because I'm dying. I bought Mario Dance for the GameCube while I was in Mobile.
That's true.
Oh, Mario DDR.
Yeah. $25 for a complete in box. It's got even the weird slip-ins that had like Club Nintendo.
Now all you have to do is get the dance pad.
I don't need it to play, but it'd be cool to own. They're just so expensive.
Excuse me? You don't need the bongos to play Donkey Kong Jungle Beat on the GameCube, but I swear if I catch anyone playing Donkey Kong Jungle Beat without the bongos, I'm gonna smack them. And if I catch you playing Mario, if I catch you playing Mario DDR without that dance pad,
okay, I'll
His
play
hands
it with the
come
bongos.
there. Now we're talking.
I don't know if that will work. You have to hit 4 buttons, and the bongos have 2.
They have. It has. Can you count a microphone as a button?
Technically.
Is it up, down, left, or right?
Well, you've got the 2 bongos, and you got the microphone, and then you get the start button. So it's 4 buttons. We need to hit up that. I can't remember the guy's channel name on YouTube, but he plays games with like controllers that people send him, and like he plays Rainbow Six Siege. He'll wire it up, and he did it with the DK bongos. He'll play until he gets a kill, and he got a kill in Rainbow Six Siege using the Donkey Kong bongos. So anything is possible.
Sure.
Okay, so now that wraps up Collector's Corner for the week. Let us know on the YouTube version of this podcast what your Xbox favorite console is and why it's not the Xbox One. Okay, so moving on to the tidbits. Cooper, you have the floor for Fire Emblem Heroes.
Well, hey, hold on. Before Cooper starts,
Interrupted.
as of right this moment, you can download Horizon Zero Dawn.
I was gonna get to that in the tidbits, Cameron. You just, oh my gosh, dude, premature.
Wow,
So premature. Just freaking
Get
ruined
him.
it. Freaking ruined it.
Get him.
Wow.
Bro, your segment hasn't even come on. We're berating you already.
You know what? I'm gonna skip Cameron's. Cameron's is about Amiibo. I got him.
All right, Cooper, go ahead.
All right.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Wow. Yeah, I'm so mad about Cameron. All right. So, okay. So we got Childhood Encounter. Yeah, that's out. It's pretty cool. Cameron spent like 300 orbs or something. It's kind of funny. Tana, La Rochelle, 4-star Mount Leon.
I don't like that.
Wait, what?
But I spent 300 orbs.
It's funny though.
It's funny now because you ruined the Horizon segment. Now it's funny.
Yeah, screw you, Cameron. Get out of here.
No, I have to be in here to talk.
Nope. Bye. Alright. Alright, Tana, Larshell, 4-star Demote Leon, and Duo Erica and Frem are on the banner. They're pretty cool. Power Creep, always fun. Tempest Trials, Princess's Gloom. We'll have Ainz Eds, I don't know how to say names. He's a really solid unit. Like, he's the best free-to-play we've gotten so far. with his play skip mode being like for free to play wise the best in the game. Um, out of all the Grails and whatnot, get Grail units. Lost Lore: The Verge of History is available. Last year's Young Matter should have a revival soon. I think this Wednesday. Day of the podcast, maybe I don't know. Soon. Hollow Forms will be out soon and include Larcey, Shannon, Sed, and Altena. And then Resplendent Makai is currently out and will. Hang on. Resplendent Makai is currently out and will be placed on April 24th by Resplendent Lilina.
Don't hurt yourself, bro. Good lord.
I can't say words. Let's go. All right. And also totally part of Fate. I got a 95 on my math test. Let's go.
That's not Faye.
That is now. Let's go.
Coopers and Faye, boys. You heard it here first.
This has been the worst segment.
Oh no, the next one's for a segment. Anyways, let's start.
No, he's counting this all as one segment.
Oh, that's quite sad. Why am I pulled into you? You pull me down.
Excuse me?
Oh, we gotta share. Alright, it's Cameron's turn.
Okay, so this is probably a one-off segment, but I wanted to consolidate all the Amiibo stuff. So there is a rumor from Twitter, one of the data miners for New Horizons states that there are more Animal Crossing cards on the way for some of the newer villagers, which is cool. And also, Konami has announced an Amiibo card as a pre-order for their new Yu-Gi-Oh game for Switch. It is Japan exclusive because the format's only in Japan. So, guess who's going to be importing?
Down atrocious, dude. Down abhorrent. Down horrendous. Down insert fourth disgusting adjective.
Bad.
So not Grant.
Yeah, to sum that up, Cameron's down bad and is going to buy a terrible Yu-Gi-Oh game for an Amiibo card.
How about a terrible baseball game for an Amiibo card?
He'll do anything. Hey, do you want to buy this? Oh, I'll buy anything.
You never met me. I'm a consumer, man.
I'm a cog. I'm a cog in the system. Okay, so now was going to be the time where we were going to tell you that Horizon Zero Dawn is available to download on the PlayStation Store for the Play at Home series, but someone did that out of order. So sorry to burst your bubble there. So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is now free for all PlayStation users for the Play at Home thing that they've been continuing.
So like a month.
Yes, and
if you don't have a Sony account right now, go make one so you can get this for free.
Yeah, so this is by far the best game they've added to Play at Home so far, and if there's one
they
that you
gave
should
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, but I think this is.
I agree. This is probably better.
People argued this was better than Breath of the Wild. It's probably the best game they've given out.
Wasn't it a Game of the Year contender?
Maybe.
I feel like it was.
I don't remember. I just remember the debates that this is very linear compared to Breath of the Wild, and it doesn't have the same physics engine, but it was compared a lot.
So yeah, that is available to download now. You should definitely do that. I am right now, so that'll be available for. Let's see. Alex, are you okay there, bro?
No, I'm dying.
It sounds like it. Let's see. It'll be available for just under a month. It will be unavailable in May 14th. So definitely get on that. The other 10 games that they currently have on Play at Home right now are going away the day after this episode releases. So I hope you heard this on the day it came out if you haven't downloaded them and you need to go get them. So definitely get on top of that. I hope to see more on this Play at Home thing.
I don't think we'll get any more this year.
This year,
Huh?
bro,
What?
it's April.
Wait. Yeah, but Play at Home only lasted like a month last year, right?
No,
Am I? No.
bruh. They're gonna give it away while it's giving them free advertising. This might be the biggest game they give away,
They'll give away some indie games.
this game is also available on PC, so maybe that's why they're willing to give it away.
Yeah. Nintendo has announced a new color Switch Lite, a dark blue. It's a very weird blue color. It looks very good.
I like it. I want Joy-Cons that color.
I like the coral one better still. I think that's the most unique color. And I'm just a sucker for that salmon pink kind of thing. I don't know why. That's just a really
Look,
pleasant
Nintendo
color.
needs to stop making things I want. Okay.
Be careful what you ask
Not
for.
possible.
True. For both
That'd
of
be
you.
pretty hard, dude. You bought a Wii U.
True. So only one of those is possible. The one that's they're not gonna stop making things I want. You bought a Wii U.
Yeah, I'm not saying I didn't, but you're saying if you want
He
them
was
to
just
stop
throwing
making
you
things,
under the
yeah,
bus.
like you want them to stop making things you want, and they made that
I don't
bad
think
of a
they
thing.
can.
Yeah.
Look,
In a way,
nobody-
I bought a Wii U the first time because I was just then getting into game collecting, and you guys were like my only game friends, and you got one, so I was like, that sounds pretty lit.
It was
It was.
For like 2 years.
for about 1 year.
it
up
still
through
has
every-
a lot of banger games. They're just all been ported
Dude, they would even
for the
say-
most
yeah.
part.
Or
There's so many
improved.
games I wish used more of that like two screen though. Like, there's a lot that would have worked with it. It's kind of sad.
So anyway, yeah, the Blue Switch Lite is available May 7th. So if you don't have a
Yeah.
Switch Lite, you should definitely, and you're interested in one anyway, you should check out that color, see if you like it.
But everybody, oh sorry,
You go ahead.
like everybody knows that the Wii U, it was alright, but everybody knows the Wii was the best. Anyways,
We're kicking you off the
Casual,
show,
get
dude.
outta
We're kicking
here.
you off the show.
See, this is why I think the Kinect is actually the best Xbox system.
Xbox
Xbox system. Xbox 360 system.
Yeah,
mean-
I actually think the hoary left Joy-Con with the D-pad is the best Nintendo Switch system.
Understandable. Alright, we can continue.
Disney is hiring devs for a free-to-play MMORPG apparently to their job site, so that's going to be coming soon. I am fearful of that. I don't think that's going to be good, but maybe
They
they'll surprise me.
specifically wanted people that were passionate with mobile, or not necessarily mobile games, but freemium games.
It'd be cool if Toontown came back though.
Aren't there fans
There's the
remaking that?
fan. Yeah, they've got it up and running.
There's fan remakes of every MMO that Disney's axed.
Wait, so there's Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, and I played it like 2 summers ago for a month with Mary, and it was fun. It slaps still. You should find it.
I will certainly do that. I loved that.
As good as Sea of Thieves. I have not played Sea of Thieves.
Online gamers just being pirates.
Oh, bring it
Yeah,
on!
this is
bring it
This is
on,
a
Big
Pirates
Beaver.
Online revival podcast now.
Or-
Bring it on, Big Beaver. I died to the Big Beaver. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is coming to other platforms, so the exclusivity is ending with Nintendo.
That was fast.
I knew it wasn't going to last long, but it's coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. No Stadia, sadly.
Not Epic. I'm
Steve.
shocked. Epic buys everything.
No, look, they've advertised that it's on Steam. Now they can swoop in and steal it.
And sue Steam. A new Super Monkey Ball game called Banana Mania has been rated by the Australia Classifications Board, so that's going to be coming soon.
Banana.
Bananas.
The rating? NC-17.
Ayo.
Super Monkey Balls.
That puts a
There you
hole. That kind of ruined it.
That does put a hole.
Kind of ruined it.
That puts a hole.
Ruined it twice.
Things about the Bill Bananas.
Okay, pause. Do we have anything else about bananas?
I don't know. I don't have anything else. I don't think the joke's very appealing to me anymore. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave the channel now. I think I've peaked.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening to this episode of the podcast. We're a fruit podcast now.
No, we're only a banana podcast.
Yeah, just bananas. Plantains, false.
Fraud.
But we gotta be like all the games about monkeys and only focus on bananas.
Dude, monkey is the hot meme right now.
It is. It is.
Monkey.
Isn't it
Kong,
always?
dude.
No,
So
Stadia's the hot meme.
they were never hot. So yeah, I was gonna mention that, like, when you said you hadn't played Super Monkey Ball before, I was like, what the crap? So everyone should be excited for this because Super Monkey Ball freaking rocks. It's an amazing series. And Banana Blitz isn't as good as the original titles, but I'm hopeful. And like, Banana Blitz wasn't bad. Like, it was pretty good. I have the HD version for Switch. And you know, it's Super Monkey Ball. You can't really mess it up that badly. Then again, it is Sega, so we will see. But you should.
Hey,
Everyone
Sega's
should be excited.
Can
for
do
this.
good in everything but Sonic.
Or Sonic.
So it is my
He's getting
opinion,
a reboot.
again.
Sonic Prime. Didn't we talk about this?
I think we did. Sounds
Oh.
familiar.
Jeez, everyone's dying today. So it is my opinion that everyone should be excited for this game. And if you aren't, then you're getting deported.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm bringing
Deport me.
I'm bringing back the Trump era regime, except instead of being based on nationality, it's based on your opinion of Super Monkey Ball.
All right.
Netflix
I've
Castlevania.
only
Sorry,
I've only played the one at Disney World.
and
It had a giant yellow ball that you would roll around, like would
It's
sync to the
pretty
ball
good.
on the screen.
as I hold a gun to your head, what did you think?
It was pretty good, but I think that one's really hard because you're trying to, in sync, control the giant ball while controlling it on the screen.
Yeah, like the ones on the console, like you tilt you don't move the ball necessarily, you move the stage. Like you tilt the stage around and you have to roll the ball.
You know, I want to say you were moving the ball like it was Super Mario Galaxy's ball levels.
It's still an interesting way to play it. Disney just
I
got
also
rid of it.
haven't played it in a very long time, so I don't know if I'm right.
Well, Cameron got it, so y'all need to play it. Netflix Castlevania is going to end with season 4, and that is premiering on May 13th. So keep an eye out for that.
They're also gonna like immediately spin it off, so it's not truly ending. They just don't want to work with someone anymore whose name is all over the credits.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Netflix.
Lego Mario was given a firmware update to call out for Luigi. There's videos on YouTube of this happening if you want to check it out for some reason. But Luigi has been leaked by Amazon China, so we're getting a new Lego set with Luigi in it. That's pretty lit. I still haven't
He
gotten
looks like
any of that
Mario.
stuff, but Mayo, did you ever get the NES Legos?
No, I'm still considering it. I don't know if the price has spiked. There's been a few Lego sets that have come out lately that I've meant to get and haven't, including a Carnage head, like the Marvel villain, and I like him. So I saw that today, and it was $60, and I almost impulse bought it, but I didn't.
Wait, it's like a plate thing, right? But it's just his face.
No, it's one of those busts that they make now.
Okay, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. That'd be cool. I wasn't expecting 60.
Yeah, I
It's
thought that they were
higher.
like 40 or something, but they keep making the busts bigger piece count wise, I think. So who knows? But yeah, I'd like to get the NES one eventually. I've been holding off on non-functional shelf occupying items or purchasing them until Mary and I get our own place soon. Because if I
That's
can't
fair.
play with it weekly like I can with Warhammer and all of my stupid cardboard, I can't really justify it.
A Lego room, right, Mayo?
Yeah, when I need decorations for my gaming room, it's gonna be Lego stuff. So
Yeah, respectable.
I'll buy it. As long as it doesn't get scalped until it gets put out of print, I'll be fine.
Well, I've got bad news for you, bro.
Everything is getting scalped.
There's a lot of Lego sets that just aren't, and it's surprising.
Some of them drop like crazy down in price, and you can pick them up way cheaper than they should be sold
Oh
for.
yeah. And if I only
Like
want like one or two minifigs from a thing, I can just buy those.
a lot of solo sets did that. Like they would cost like over 100, and you could pick them up like a year later for like 60, 40, whatever.
Yep, I'm expecting the Black Widow set to be super cheap in a year.
Yeah, because it still hasn't been able to be seen. So
Yep, and since it's a smaller movie, they only did the one set for it, and it's just a military helicopter, Black Widow, her sister, and then Taskmaster.
Yeah.
And I just want Taskmaster and a helicopter. So,
I know exactly what set you're talking about because it's at Target.
Yep.
Okay, so that was the tidbits. On to the finishing topics. All the Sony stuff I mentioned at the beginning. So the PS3 and the PS Vita stores are not shutting down, as we had previously thought.
well, we were told.
Yeah.
And lied to. The PSP store is still shutting down though.
Y'all think that was y'all think it's because like a FOMO thing or?
No, they were gonna legitimately shut them down because they removed them from the web.
And then the backlash was so bad.
Oh.
No, they made money and went okay.
Yeah,
Also
everyone
money.
bought everything because they're like, well, now it's time to buy it.
Yep.
So yeah, the PS3 and the PS Vita stores are staying up for now.
Put
There's-
back the website, Sony.
There's been a lot of talk recently about some serious issues with the PS4 and the PS5 in terms of longevity. There's a weird thing where when the CMOS battery in your PS4 or PS5 dies, the next time you turn your system on, and every time you turn it on until you replace the battery, it has to connect to the internet and sync with the servers before it will play any game, including physical games. And that's become like a real worrying point because who knows how long it'll be before the PS4 servers get shut down, for example. But like in 20 years, when the servers go away, well, whenever it does, and your CMOS battery dies because batteries don't last forever, and you have to get it replaced,
Then
and you can't sync
what
to
do
the
you do?
servers, you can't play your physical games. Like you paid money for that game, and you have the disc in hand with the game on it.
and you can't do anything.
And yeah,
I
like,
wonder
even if you
if-
have it installed, you have it fully updated before the servers go down, like it just won't work.
I wonder if when they finally do that, they'll send out like one last update that requires you not to have to connect to the internet.
No, because they would have done that with the PS3.
Why? The PS3 doesn't have it. It's the 4 and 5.
Yeah, the PS3 doesn't have that problem.
Is it not?
No.
Okay, I thought it did.
But this has just come out in the past little bit about the PS4, and then someone checked it on the PS5, and they said it was the same problem.
That's insane.
So yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing about hopefully they send out an update, but I kind of thought it interesting for our final discussion here about like more and more physical games becoming like kind of worthless. Like a lot of companies don't even fit the entire game on the cartridge or on the disc. You have to connect to the internet anyway to download a lot of the game. And well, for some games like they can still fit on the media itself. Something like Cold War, for example, that's like 200 gigs.
I mean, what are you gonna put that on?
Yeah. I forget how much data they said they could fit onto an HD Blu-ray disc or whatever
Not
tech
a lot.
we call these. It was over 100.
Is it?
Ultra HD Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ultra HD disc. Okay.
Yeah, not the
But that's
original
still
Blu-ray,
not
but
not
um,
enough for a game like
That's
Cold
why
War.
Nintendo switched back to SD cards.
but
And even then,
Cartridge.
people are cheaping out anyways.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but Nintendo's been trying to get back to cartridges since they had to switch for the GameCube. We will not let the disc be the standard.
The only reason they do that is because they are too lazy to implement proper safe security techniques for DRM on discs. They just are more comfortable with cartridges. I mean, for some things it makes sense. Like, imagine trying to put a disc into a Nintendo Switch. That sounds like a terrifying proposition.
PSP.
Yeah, but like, good luck trying to fit like a big game. Like, what's the point in making a tiny disc like that?
I was
No.
using the PSP as a bad example, but it is an example.
I mean, it worked.
of
That worked
someone
fine, for the time. But now we don't have any kind of tiny media disc
True.
because people just use solid state stuff. But yeah, I'm 100% confident that Nintendo likes cartridges because it's really hard to reproduce those. But yeah, so like as games get bigger and it pretty much requires like super large storage mediums to store the game on a single piece of media. Like, how long is it before like they just like aren't really worth it anymore? Like, companies just stop caring altogether.
They'll still do it because you're more likely to impulse buy in a store than digitally.
Apparently, the Wikipedia page says 100 gigs can be on a single HD Ultra HD Blu-ray. PlayStation, I swear they said something higher than that, but yeah, no, it's 100 gigabyte discs. So anything more than that, and like a lot of games really aren't that big. Again, except Black or Call of Duty, because those games are just freaking huge.
So I've got a couple ideas on this. One, even games that aren't that big, Microsoft and Sony have already been forcing you to download it from the disc.
And it's become such a standard that third parties do it on the Switch.
Yeah, well, so a big reason for that is that the access time of the disc is too slow, especially for this new generation where they're using super fast SSDs. Speed times on disc are garbage comparatively to a like custom built SSD. So it's just not viable to run games off of a disc unless you just had obscenely long loading times constantly.
Which guess what? No one wants anymore. That's why I'm mad with Animal Crossing.
That was like a big selling point of this new generation is the SSD. There's not going to be any load times, or there will be, but it's going to be like 2 seconds. But like on a PS1, for example, it takes like 45 seconds to load a single scene, and that's like
that was considered good.
Like a couple megabytes of data.
That's why.
So now trying to imagine piping in and out tens of gigabytes of scene imagery and textures and stuff like that. It takes a while because like to copy an entire disc over it usually takes like 20 minutes.
Yeah, true.
So you'd be waiting like several minutes.
Sony's been pushing for that since at least the PSP days. Since you didn't have to, but you could click on the menu, download game to SD card if it was physical to make it faster. But you mentioned space on disk, which is interesting because I was thinking about Persona 4. There was so much room left over on the disc, which was bad at the time, and I'll get into that in a sec, that they put like a lot of the code from Persona 3 just on the disc to fill up space. And the reason they would fill up space was because it would make it run faster if it was full. I don't fully get that, but that's what I've heard. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello.
no, we're here.
Listening.
Look, we were listening to you.
I see.
We're being nice.
I'm used to being interrupted.
Okay.
And it was just like dead silent.
I mean, that's fair.
But
And my headphone's not fully charged, so I was like, oh damn, I disconnected.
I don't know. I'm just really worried that, like, even if companies keep offering physical games, like, they're gonna start requiring internet connections all the time. And that was like, that was like a big thing last gen and a big reason the Xbox One did so bad out of the gate was because between the always on connect and the DRM that didn't let you share games, like physical games, between friends, and they got mauled for that and took it away. And now there's actually people defending Sony for this. Like, I don't know. It worries me for the future. But I really hope, I really just wish that everything could be set up to where you don't need internet connection at all. Because it's going to be that way one day. Like, these consoles are going to be retro one day. I hope they put out updates like you suggested at the beginning, Alex, that they don't require this kind of thing. And, like, how long is it before, like, Xbox compatibility goes away? Like, you won't be able to, because, like, the way that Xbox backwards compatibility works is, like, it doesn't download the game from the disc, it downloads the game from the servers, because Xbox, like, remade the game kind of to work on the Xbox One and the Series X instead of running the game straight from the disc. Sure. It just uses the disc to make sure that you own the game. So, like, what happens when those shut down?
Yeah.
Just some food for thought, I guess. Yeah. And I guess with that, that's going to end our episode. We've got one more leaving thought.
Can I say what I think about the physical games? Can I say? So, I don't know, cause like they look cool.
And, I mean, yeah, I definitely love physical games. I'm just worried for their future.
Oh, like future? Oh, I don't know. Cause there are companies that are trying to like push for digital, and you can like really see that like. For PC, especially like PC is like basically all digital.
It's been all digital for a good while now. It's just not going to be feasible as games are getting larger.
Yeah.
It's different for PC though, because PC is something that's not viewed as going away. Like, PC won't become retro, at least for a while. There might be some like huge shift in technology in 20 years or whatever, but for now,
PC's through your eyes, bro.
PC is PC. It has been and will always be.
That's
but
true.
Consoles come and go. So it's kind of a different thing, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm hoping that they're not going to become worthless because I spent a lot of money on the physicals and whatnot. So
it's different for Nintendo.
That's true. Like Xbox is kind of digital more than anything, right?
I mean, yeah, a ton of people do that. My friends up here that I play games all the time, they own 0 physical games for the Xbox, or maybe like 2 physical games for the Xbox that they found somewhere. But pretty much everything else they own is fully digital on their Xbox.
Yeah.
I envy that sometimes because it's definitely Xbox, convenient. Though? No. Like they have all their Xboxes have disc readers.
But doesn't the digital one come with less storage anyways?
On Xbox Series, yes. The Series S does. But the digital edition PS5 has the same amount of storage as the disc edition. Which you think is
Ugh.
kind of stupid. You think they'd also give a terabyte to the diskless one because you gotta have storage.
Yeah.
Because like a dozen games could easily fill that.
Mm,
Or Call of Duty alone could fill half of it.
that's true. But look, they can't sell you extra storage if they give you extra storage.
Facts. Okay, so now that's the end of the show.
Yes.
We thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. Please remember to let us know what you think your favorite Xbox console is and why. Also, what your opinions are on these syncing issues with physical games, and what your viewpoint is.
And why it is the Connect. Yes, sir.
Boo, so bad.
Wow.
So anyway, thank you so much for listening. Share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.